Sreesankar, head of institutional equity, joins us now. He needs no introduction whatsoever. Sri, good morning. Thank you for joining us. What's your feel, Sri? Is the correction behind us, or there is more to left? There is more pain left.
I think I would say that that uncertainty will remain for some more time in the marketplace. That's what our estimate is. That's the fact remains that traditionally what we have seen is every time when the markets sort of roll, you see the retail participation also becoming pretty stronger, and the mutual fund inflows are stronger. But when the markets gets into a stutter or a correction mode, then the flow starts to slow down quite considerably. Now we need to wait and see how this flow actually happens for the next, probably this month, the next month kind of scenario. If that strong flow still continues, the equity the flow into the equities continues, then market has got probably you can say the correction might be over kind of. Otherwise, to say that the correction is over, I don't put my neck out and say that the correction is over. That's number one. Number two, again, you got number of IPOs in the pipeline which is still coming on. Whether they probably may see offer for sale getting probably readjusted to a certain extent, but companies which genuinely want to raise money for their growth will continue to take advantage of the marketplace. So supply of paper I don't think is going to be an issue. You continue to see that supply. So to offset that, the incremental demand has to be much higher, which I think to me right now is a big question mark. So you may see the market moving in a sideways momentum or sideways movement for quite some time and a considerable period. I expect to see it for at least a quarter before the direction comes in. Third, for the first time after many quarters, I am actually not seeing earnings downgrades. I'm actually seeing in many cases, most cases that I've seen, probably things are looking optimistic from that point of view, which has not been the case when it was earlier. So we may have a big tailwind coming from a very poor 3Q FY17 and 4Q FY17, and that may probably translate into a good growth in terms of a QOQ and a YOY basis for 3Q as well as going forward to 4Q. That could be the big positive in terms of an earnings momentum. So my view, overall, if you take all these 3-4 factors into consideration, this would be more of a steady range-bound movement. You'll see for the next at least a month and a or 30 to 60 days kind of scenario, where the weaker holders may exit, the leverage positions may come down, and volatility may be still remaining high.
Right, Shri, certainly, market requires those kind of tailwinds which you're talking about. We have, interesting question lined up for you, but we'll, take some trading ideas and then come to you for more answers to our questions. Dr. Narayan, Castrol India last 2 days has seen heightened volume activity and price action has been positive. That's a positional buy for you.
Yes, indeed. It's a positional buy mainly because of the nature of Castrol as a stock. It is not something which responds to or very often to day trader moves. So people who are taking a position in Castrol should necessarily think beyond the end of the day. And second is the reason which you said, heightened activity in the form of increased volume, position build-ups, better momentum, and strong price action yesterday. There is a sudden about phase in the movements of the stock, up with a gap, big long range, finishing near the top. So clearly something new is afoot in Castrol. So I do believe, and the resistance trend line, which was sharpish in nature, that has been overcome. So all this collectively should drive the stock upwards to about, let's say, 195, 200 levels, I think, for a minimum rally, and that might happen across multiple days. So positional bet on Castrol with a stop at 180.
Thanks for that. Manas, in a market which is so volatile, mid-caps are more volatile, and you are suggesting to short a mid-cap IT stock. Won't that be too risky for a trader?
See, this market, Siddharth, everything is risky if you want to trade in mid-cap. So, but we have to take a chance, because See, IT index is looking clearly weak, and that is why a few days back, I think 2 days back, I recommended SCL Tech as a sell recommendation. And now I think Hexaware can broke its 200-day, 50-day moving average, which is placed near to 355. Looking at the charts, I think the possibility is very high that it can break 50-day moving average and it can test 335. And mind it, this is a corrective wave. So I think at lower levels, at near to 335, you should book profit in your short positions. And if you're going short at current levels, then definitely you should keep the strict stop loss above 365.
Kunal, Tata Global, I am seeing, every day volumes are increasing and stock has made a reversal.
Yes, and that's the exact reason for picking up the stock as a buy. I believe that this could be one of the fewer names which has maybe completed its retracement and could start a short-term rally. So Tata Global is a buy. From a very short-term perspective, targets of 292, stop loss at 272.
Well, a couple of stocks I want to discuss very quickly from FNO perspective are PSU stocks, and first is NTPC. Now, yesterday around 10% rise in open interest, and very rarely we see NTPC adding such kind of open interest. Last time it added 10% open interest with this kind of base in OI was in month of April 2017, and we had seen volatility in NTPC. Yes, NTPC is not a volatile stock, but when such OI gets added, it shows volatility. And if you look at the price action and the oscillators which are turning out from the oversold zone, stock has gone ex-dividend yesterday. Still, it has closed in positive territory, suggesting that these are long positions. So watch out for this name. The other name is Coal India. We are seeing that that stock also added decent amount of open interest, 6% if I'm not wrong. Prices were up. You are seeing that when stock is falling, volumes are less, but when it is moving higher, volumes are substantially high. So these are few names, Nikunjan, Tanveer, which has attracted my attention from FNO space, especially PSU.
Oh, yes, indeed. And we're counting down to market open in just a few moments from now. Sri, I just wanted to get your quick perspective on, some of the pharma names, particularly Sun Pharma as well as Lupin. Lupin came out with a bad set of numbers. Then Sun Pharma's earnings get impacted with what Taro has delivered, which has not been an impressive set as well. Is it really a dead end for pharma? Because we were just a little while back talking about how the revival in the U.S. economy, the generics market, things easing with the U.S. FDA back home may be a lifeline for pharma stocks to pick up from here. But that doesn't seem to be the case.
We have had only two stocks in the pharma segment with the topic, which was Aurobindo. It is Aurobindo that we have and Thyrocare, which is more of a lab. So we stick to our call on Aurobindo, and that's our topic. In most of the other names that you mentioned, Lupin, we have an accumulate on it, and in many of the other pharma cases, we had a reduce on it, and we do not think that our call has got any change right now, because that has been a structural call our analyst Surajit Pal had made earlier, and that has played out. The problems in terms of pricing in US generics still continue. While many of these companies may be coming out with new molecules, new launches, etc., which will give them a one-off going forward, etc., the pricing pressure that we have seen has not stabilized. In one or two cases, in certain products, specific products, because of shortage, etc., you would have seen a price rise. Otherwise, structurally, that still remains on a weak wicket.
Be the case. What about commodities? We were making the point yesterday about the world of commodities being largely stable at a time when equities were selling off, and we just have about a few minutes to go before we hit pre-open. So what's your perspective here quickly? Are you still building on the gains in the commodity names, especially the three big wigs in Vedanta, Tata Steel, as well as Hindalco?
Hello, is that to me?
Yeah, Shri, that question is for you.
Yeah, see, our call effectively on commodities is that we have JSPL, Jindal Steel in our topic, and we like that steel space. We think that JSPL is a story that you should actually see a bigger kicker in terms of with the commissioning of their new plant in Angul, new furnace, blast furnace, etc. You will see the cost reduction and a value addition. You should see a stronger growth in your EBITDA, etc. So we like that's one of our topics. So very difficult to call these global commodities. It's a global cycle. So China plays a very important role in terms of it. A lot of shortage or shutting of capacities probably will improve the demand scenario globally and the pricing environment. So we like JSPL, and that's one of our topic. And Tata Steel and Hindalco among large caps. So I differentiated with the large cap topics, sorry, mid caps. Tata Steel and Hindalco in the large caps, and JSPL among the mid cap commodity side.